Alright, boys, market has been open for about 15 minutes now. The first 15-minute candle, this is that. And so, actually, it's been open for about 20 minutes or so. 25 minutes or so. So, my bias going into the morning is pretty simple. I'm looking for longs to these draws up here. After tapping into the weekly gap yesterday, we then started to form a bit of bullish structure. In order to confirm that bullish move higher, though, I would need to see us close above this internal high. You can see this price action right here is pretty choppy. And I'm camped out on the 1 hour time frame because even zooming into the 15-minute, it's just a whole bunch of noise, and honestly the 15-minute is pretty choppy. And so I want to see us sufficiently close and displace past this internal high, which looks like we're not going to do because we have just come up and swept and rejected it. So that's what I want to see in order to take a trade today. If this ends up being a sweep, and let's say we come down and run through this 1 hour gap, and we're like all the way down here in price, then maybe can potentially target like this low. But after reacting out of this weekly gap, highest probability thing is going to be longs because we are still at all-time highs, and we have right now all of this low resistance liquidity that we can potentially go and run throughout the next couple of trading days back to all-time highs. So that's what I'd prefer to see. But right now we're projecting off of this internal high, so we'll just have to wait and see and be patient and see what happens. But yeah. Alright, if we had gotten a strong 5-minute candle close here, I would have entered. We've gotten a 15-minute candle close above this internal high that I was talking about. You can see very bullish hourly candle coming out of this hourly fair value gap. Ideally, would want to see the hourly candle close above, but it doesn't close for another 24 minutes. So we got a decent first 15-minute candle. So now I'm zoomed in on the 5-minute, waiting to see, okay, I need to see us close above these internal highs that are put in. So like now I would need to see us close above this internal high in order to confirm higher. So it's kind of zooming in from the hourly. Okay, hourly is pumping higher. I see the 15-minute candle closes above this high. I'm like, okay, zoomed in a little bit more. I want to see one more confirmation candle above on the 5-minute just to confirm that we're for sure going higher, and we have just wicked out this internal high here. So that's my thought process, because if we like come up and close a 5-minute candle above all these internal wicks, that gives me a ton of confidence that we're going to continue to move higher, and that this hourly candle would close somewhere up here in this general area. So currently rejecting right now. We'll see if we get strong candle closes higher to take a long. So alright, once again, if we get a strong candle close here, I will enter. This is the 15-minute, and this will be the hourly candle close. Just an incredibly bullish hourly candle. If we close like this, there's no doubt in my mind that we're going to make our way up to this buy side liquidity up here. Just want to see us close above this internal high. So if we can get it'll be a 5-15 hourly candle close. I want to see us close above this internal high here. So if we can do that within the next minute, then I will slap on a long with enough risk to fully pass these evals. So we'll see how we want to close this candle. Bruh, there's no way. What? What, bro? Alright, well, that's not enough for me, honestly. That tells me there's still a little bit of indecision. So I want to wait until it's completely clear. So now I want to see a 5-minute close above this internal high. It just tells me there's a bit of indecision, and if I'm going to enter this late into market open, I don't want there to be indecision. Obviously, it's a strong 1-hour candle, so we'll wait and see. All right, I just got filled there. Basically, the stop loss is going to be down here. Had a crazy influx of volume. Alright, not gonna lie, I didn't realize ES has already taken this internal high. When I entered. Or it already took the same high. Alright, ended up canceling it at break even because I didn't realize ES had already pumped up and taken this high. Apparently this is some war news, whatever. We're so late into market open, I just don't really, with an SMT at that high, I don't really want to sit through this all afternoon and bank on it with that SMT. Also, my stop loss isn't really protected high time frame wise. Like, we have this 15-minute gap down here. 1 hour is about to open up this 1 hour fair value gap right here. My stop loss would be in it. So extremely low volume, you can see after this pump. So not something I really want to sit through. I'm just going to preserve the capital, be safe, and wait for an A+ setup later on in the week. Yeah, because if I was on an XFA right now, I would not still be on the charts. So going to be more focused on the process, like I said in yesterday's video. But obviously, longs were the move. Just nothing really A+ wise for me to take. Honestly, could have probably just entered on this 1 hour candle close here, and then stops would be at break even, I believe. It might have gotten stopped at break even had I entered on the hourly candle close. But anyways, that's the market recap for me. You can see we are kind of chopped on the 1 hour. We did close above this 1 hour swing high and making its way higher on peace talk news from Trump. So we'll see what happens with that. But still in position for one more good trade to pass these evals, and then hopefully we can get back on fundeds, and not going to rush the process. I'm going to stick to my definitively profitable process of trading, and just going to risk heavy whenever that next A+ trade comes. And yeah, I don't really want to chase this anymore. So that's the market recap for me. Let me know if you took a trade or not. In my opinion, the only valid trade, well, honestly, I didn't see a valid trade this morning. Like, I know some people probably caught longs to this first internal high. Not something I was personally looking to take a trade. like I said, was camped out on the higher time frames, waiting for us to displace past it, and just happened to be way later in the market open. Maybe if we had come down and tapped this 1 hour fair value gap before getting that move up, but we didn't. You can see we took the internal high and then pulled back to the 1 hour and then started to move back up. So like, I don't know. I just was completely zoomed out here, not even looking to take a trade, and not even going to try to get chopped up here. So that's a market recap for me. A little bit of a live analysis. I know I'm still on evals, but that was my thought process for the day. And yeah, man. Also, huge news. Alpha just came out with their Alpha platform. It's basically Project X for Alpha futures, and they're running a 50% off discount on every single account. Literally the best deals in the game with that 50% off discount. I believe it's 48 hours only. So if you are looking to load up on funded accounts, I would highly suggest using Alpha Futures and code FST for that 50% off if you want to support me. And all the links for the prop firms will be in the description below. But right now, Alpha Futures is running 50% off for their top step, for their Platform X type of platform, and it looks super sweet. Low key wish they came out with it yesterday so I could have loaded up on them with those alpha accounts yesterday before buying these top steps, but it is what it is. Yeah, man, that's all I got. Hopefully we can, get an A+ trade later on this week, however long it takes. I'm not gonna be impatient. I'm just gonna sit here and wait for opportunity and treat it just like I would with any other, like I would with normal funded accounts. No reason to rush the process. So yeah, man, appreciate you watching. Today was a very low stress day for me, up until this reactionary pump here. Like I said, took it off at break even, but it was very low stress. Just zoomed out on the higher time frames, waiting for moves higher. We never got them. And so yeah, man, that's market recap. Appreciate you watching. I will see y'all tomorrow in tomorrow's video. Peace.